Hi FlossTube, how are you doing today? My name is Shelly and welcome to my channel, Oh My Ada. This is a cross-stitch channel and I typically talk about what I've been working on since my last video. If you're coming back, welcome. Thank you for returning. If you're a new viewer, I hope you're here for the long haul and the duration. Many of you know that have already watched me that I love Christmas cross stitch. And so today is June 18th and right around the corner is Jolly July. So my purpose in today's video is to share with you my plans for Jolly July. But every new start will be a free whip. Free whip. Listen to me. Every new start will be a free pattern. And I'll share all the patterns with you in my notes down here. And all you'll have to do is follow the link. The first week of July, I have an alternate project. And that is because I go to an NEA conference every year. And that's the National Educator Association. It's in a different state each year. There are about 10,000 educators that get together and we sit for hours on end. And you would think it would be a great place to stitch, but I don't get too much done. But I still, last year, purchased this pattern specifically for my travel piece. It is a monochromatic chart, and I've already dedicated that end of June and the first part of July to this chart. And it's Long Dog Sampler Rose Marquee. I'm sorry, I forgot about the glare. Typically, it's really easy to take it out of the plastic, but it's also easy to tilt it so that it makes it easier to see. I am stitching this on 18 count sterling, and it's a picture this plus fabric. So I'm not doing too badly, but I look forward to seeing how much I can get done with a dedicated week. Because if you're anything like me, you probably haven't done a lot of traveling. I'm not a parent, so I don't have kids sitting in, I don't have to sit in the car waiting for them or driving them around to games like a lot of my friends do. I've spent most of my time at home, and for me, that's not what that whip is for. But because the conference was canceled and we're going to do 2 remote days, what I'm going to do is still spend several hours a day working on that one pattern. All right, so that is Long Dog Sampler Rose Marquee. And then my focus project is a whip that I started as my January start, my New Year's start. I cut the fabric and I didn't start in the middle. I only worked on it 2 days, but I was very discouraged when I realized I wouldn't have enough fabric with the direction I had started. So I lost momentum and I never got back to it until 24 hours of cross stitch. So this is Joyful Teddy. It's a Joan Elliott chart. I absolutely love it. And so far, I have 24 hours in for the project. And since this is going to, it's going to be my focus, I'm working on it anywhere between 60 and 90 minutes every day. So this will get the most work out of any of my patterns over the entire month. And I chose this good grief, I can't see, and I'm always apologizing for this. I chose this fabric for the sparkle. I thought it had a lot more sparkle than opalescent, and it's 20 count white silver Lugana, and I purchased this from 123 Stitch, and so I'll get hopefully a lot of work done on that one. So once I have those two settled, and I know that I will work on Joyful Teddy every day, my first new start will be on July 5th. And most of my new starts are on Sunday. A couple are on Saturday, and one's in the middle of the week. This is a pattern I shared with you, and it's not my first start. So it should go back in the circle. I grabbed the wrong one, but totally okay. I will go over that in a minute. My first start is a freebie, right? All of my starts are going to be freebies. You can see right on it, free pattern. And this is by Maria Bravko. I'm going to, as I mentioned, I'm going to link all of the patterns in the description box below. I absolutely, they don't show up well here, but I absolutely love the greens in the base and in the trees. And it is a snow globe, and so that is one of the main reasons I'm in love with this. As I mentioned, I'm starting that pattern on July 5th, and I plan on working on it for that week. The next week on July 12th, again, it's a Sunday, I'm going to work on this pattern, and I'll bring it up close to you. There we go. It is a Christmas ornament, and I fell in love with two of these. So this is the one I've chosen to work on first. All right. And the post-it I have here, those are just the colors I need. And because all of my starts are free from the artist, I can show the patterns. You could take a picture of this, a screenshot, but why when I'm giving you the link below? For this one, I chose this mainly because of the shades of red and the blue. And this will get a full week. Now, this is from Solaria Gallery. And there's another choice that I had, which is gold and black. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I also could have worked on this bell. So if you don't like the one I chose, go find one of these two. I'm not sure there were other Christmas charts, but I think the two ornaments in the bell are wonderful. All right. Now, I did show you the cupcake. It's not the first time I've showed you the cupcake. This is by Dheby Art, and she is a Portuguese designer. This pattern is very difficult to find, but if you take the time to find it, your perseverance will pay off because her website is a blog. And I talked about this in my last video for Mania because I planned on starting this for Mania. And you have to go deep into her blog to find this. But what I liked about going through her blog was finding many free patterns that I wanted to start. And if you're interested in Dheby Art, you can go to my Mania update, which was FlossTube 11, to see that. So go to Dheby Art's website, and her patterns, she has tons of them. Her patterns are free. This cupcake shouldn't take me very long. I'm estimating it would take 2 days. And so I've given the cupcake the first 2 Saturdays. So that, the second and the third Saturday. So that will be July 11th and July 18th. All right. Dheby Art does have other Christmas patterns that you might like. But again, you would just need to go through her blog to find what she posts each day. All right. So after Dheby Art on the 18th, which is Saturday, I have a new start on July 19th, which is Sunday. And for the week, I've decided to work on Brooks Books patterns. And there are several patterns that I like. And you may have seen people posting about the Advent animals. And I know Half Stitch Cross Stitch, Dina, is working on them, and they're gorgeous. I didn't want to do them all. And so the first one that I chose is this owl. And she's absolutely gorgeous. And as I've told you, she's absolutely free to stitch. And if you don't like that owl, they have 24 other patterns for the Advent animals to choose. So I'm definitely working on the owl. That may take me 2.5 days. I'm not sure. But you don't have the full picture on this, and I apologize. My printer didn't print the whole thing. This is Grumpy Kitty and Stephanie from Just Keep Stitching. She has stitched this. And I'm going to do the same thing that she did. I love stealing ideas, borrowing ideas. She stitched this, and then she wrote, "Ho, ho, no." And I've seen that before, but I don't think I would have thought about that, except Stephanie, of course, mentioned that on her channel. And then one more, if I have time. I don't know that I will. I'm going to stitch this bear. I Heart Cocoa. All right. So that's 3 patterns, and they're all by Brooks Books, linked below, no mystery, and they're absolutely free. Absolutely free. Now, the next one, I haven't done any patterns from this designer or this group. I really do want to, I think it's the Queen of Hearts pattern, and I know there are some Sals with the cat, but this pattern, Father Frost's House, this comes to us from Al Forrest. All right. And I'm just in love with all these blues. It seems simple enough. There are some specialty stitches. I don't speak Russian, but because they have the drawings, I will definitely be able to figure it out by the picture. So that is being started on July 25th. All right. Which is odd, because if I started on July 25th, that would be Saturday. And then okay, so I figured it out. So really, that only gives me 1 day, because the other 2 ornaments I'm working on during the week leading up to Saturday are the 2 Brooks Books ornaments. Then I get the Al Forrest ornament. And then I showed this on my Mania in FlossTube 11. I really found, I really want to do or stitch a Biscornu. And, you know, it would be nice if these folded, but they're not being helpful. All right. So, again, the magic word is free. And you can go to her website and download the pattern. And I figure that because it's a Biscornu, it may take me 2 or 3 days, but the backside is a specialty stitch. So I'm not doing stitch by stitch on the front. And because a lot of these are small, I'm probably going to stitch them using the sewing method in hand, and that will speed up the stitching process as well. All right, now my last start I'm making on July 30th, and just like Father Frost's house only got 1 day, this pattern will only get 1 day as well. But I haven't chosen which pattern I'm going to use. And in fact, there'll be a new release on July 1st, and I may choose that one. What I'm talking about are the ornaments from Linens and Threads. This is the Friends and Family Quaker. That is the one that came with January. And I don't have them all printed. I apologize. But you can go to their website and look at the ones that I've forgotten. This is the February ornament. This is the April ornament, and I'm leaning towards this one. I am. This is the June ornament. All right. This is the June ornament. What great patterns. And they are free, right? Why not stitch a free pattern? Now, I've already decided I have this Charles Craft fabric, and I'm going to stitch the Linens and Threads pattern on this red fabric. It's 14 count. It's gorgeous. I don't have any red patterns, or I don't have any red whips, really. And I'm going to use, I purchased pearl cotton. And why did I go with pearl cotton? Mainly because I've never used it, and I thought, how awesome. So the Charles Craft 14 count, and I can't do them together. This is $7.25. Pearl cotton number 5. So this is for my Linens and Threads ornament. All right. Now I'm still not done because I had 2 other patterns that I thought about starting. I haven't put this in, or I haven't found the link, but it's from Hirschner's, and many of you shop at Hirschner's quite often. This is a Santa's workshop, and it is not stitched on fabric. This is stitched on plastic. But still, how cute is that? So I won't be doing this for Jolly July, but it is there for you to find. And then the last one I'll show you is from Whispered by the Wind. Yeah, Whispered by the Wind. They have so many awesome free designs for Christmas. Here's the Let It Snow. They also have a beautiful woman in a stunning red dress. And so for Whispered by the Winds, I would really encourage you to go to their website to choose a pattern that you would like. I love red cardinals, red birds, and there are two patterns on the Whispered by the Winds website where there are two cardinals and they're in a wreath. And so I thought about doing one of those as well. But the great thing is, I love stitching Christmas. I decided to do this Christmas in July, all freebie patterns, except for my focus piece, which is a whip. And again, I'll touch that every day for at least 60 minutes. And if I need a break from any of the patterns that I select, I can also pick it up and work on it longer. So yes, there are kind of rules for me, but at the same time, I'm allowing myself to have flexibility to really enjoy myself. I do have, because Christmas, why not? I do have so many patterns that I've purchased for Christmas, but I don't have the fabrics yet, and I don't have all the patterns yet. The shelter in place really slowed down a lot of what I ordered, and that's okay. It happens. And that's why I thought I would share this free or some of the free patterns that I have found that I want to stitch. Now, who are you stitching, right? What free Christmas patterns have you found that I've missed? And I'm sure there are hundreds of them out there. But if you have any Christmas patterns that you love, please leave me a comment below and tell me where it is, who it's by. And if you have created a FlossTube with that pattern, let me know and I'll go check that out as well. For the rest of June, my plans are to dye fabric. And what prompted that is Dheby at Creatively Yours did a video of jar dyeing some fabric, and she made it look so incredibly easy. I would encourage you to go look at videos of people using the jar dye method. I saw this pattern. I saw this fabric. That doesn't work, does it? And it's called, I dropped the card, and I apologize for that. So I'm not sure where the card went. I want to say, I can't remember, but this is the Be Stitch Me fabric of the month that I belong to. And my goal when I dye the fabric that I have, and I have tons of fabric, and like the red Charles Craft, I also have it in a light blue that I can use. And so if I don't like the way my fabric turns out, I can turn to those to work on them. But my plan in my mind is to create an aurora borealis type color, definitely for the snow globe, but I think that would be gorgeous for the Christmas patterns themselves. And I also have some Mystic Cashel, and that blue would be stunning on some of the ornaments. And so I'll use some of that. All right. Every FFO begins with a single stitch. So I hope until we meet again that you continue to work on your whips, you stay healthy, and you have a great day. Thank you for tuning in.